Have you ever wondered what really happens to your consciousness when you sleep? For many of us, sleep feels like a routine disconnect from daily life, a necessary pause for the mind and body. However, various fields of study, from neuroscience to spirituality, propose that sleep, and especially dreaming, might represent far more than a mere nightly break. The question arises, could dreams be portals to other realities, hidden dimensions, or realms of the mind that transcend ordinary waking experience? In this video, we will embark on a journey through different perspectives on dreaming. We will discuss the role of the pineal gland, sometimes called the seat of the soul in historical and spiritual traditions, investigate the elusive substance dimethyltryptamine, DMT, and examine phenomena such as lucid dreams and sleep paralysis. We will also consider the tantalizing idea that dreaming might give us access to hidden layers of reality, commonly referred to as a multiverse. While this notion is speculative, it continues to capture the imagination of those who seek a deeper understanding of consciousness. Let us begin by examining how humankind has historically approached dreams. From ancient civilizations to modern scientific research, humanity has been fascinated by the content of dreams, the processes underpinning them, and their potential significance. We will start with an overview of how dreams have been interpreted in literature, psychology, and esoteric traditions, before moving on to more modern academic perspectives. Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams. Any thorough exploration of the dream world in a modern Western context often starts with Sigmund Freud's seminal work, The Interpretation of Dreams, published in 1900. Freud posited that dreams are a window into the unconscious mind. According to his theory, unconscious desires, fears, and memories become manifest in symbolic form during sleep. While Freud did not specifically claim that dreams are gateways to parallel dimensions, he did open the door for serious scientific and philosophical inquiry into the mental processes that occur during sleep. Freud's work remains influential in the sense that it treats the dream as a phenomenon worth analyzing. Although some of his ideas have been revised or challenged by contemporary psychology and neuroscience, the foundational concept that dreams are worthy of investigation remains pivotal. Jung's Memories, Dreams, Reflections. Another major figure in the study of the mind and dreams is Carl Gustav Jung. In his autobiography, Memories, Dreams, Reflections, Jung introduces his own paradigm, which includes the concept of the collective unconscious. This suggests that aside from our personal unconscious, human beings share a deeper reservoir of archetypal images. Jung's concept of the psyche is more expansive than Freud's, accommodating the idea that dreams might connect individuals to something universal and timeless. While still not endorsing the literal notion of traveling between multiverses, Jung's perspective hints at a deeper reality underlying our conscious experience, one that emerges vividly in the dream state. Many who entertain spiritual or esoteric interpretations of dreams find Jung's work resonates with their experiences, especially when discussing the archetypes that can appear in dreams. Tibetan yogas of dream and sleep. Beyond the Western canon, we find rich traditions of dream exploration in Tibetan Buddhism. Works like Tibetan Yogas of Dream and Sleep by Tenzin Wangyal Rinpoche outline meditation and concentration practices intended to bring about and sustain lucidity in dreams. The idea here is that by becoming aware of the dream state, one can influence and investigate it. Further, there is a long-standing belief in Tibetan Buddhism that dream and sleep states can provide profound insights into the nature of reality. These ideas move closer to a spiritual or mystical interpretation. The dream world may serve as a training ground for understanding emptiness, the illusory nature of phenomena, and potentially bridging with states of consciousness beyond the standard waking reality. Other classical and religious texts. Many ancient texts and religious traditions offer their own insights into the significance of dreams. For instance, the Tibetan Book of the Dead, Bardo Thodol, discusses the transitions of consciousness after death and even during the sleep cycle. Though its primary focus is on the post-mortem state, its mention of transitional consciousness in sleep suggests an understanding that goes far beyond the typical psychological or physiological interpretation. Similarly, Christian and Islamic traditions frequently highlight dreams as methods of divine revelation or spiritual guidance. While these views do not necessarily assert that dreams are interdimensional portals, they do suggest a belief in hidden realms that can sometimes be accessed through altered states of consciousness. The neurobiology of REM sleep. Moving from these historical and spiritual viewpoints to modern science, we find that neuroscientists have devoted significant effort to understanding what happens in the brain during sleep. Researchers like Alan Hobson and Robert McCarley propose the activation synthesis hypothesis. This theory suggests that dreams result from the brain's attempt to make sense of random neural signals during REM, rapid eye movement, sleep. More recently, psychologists such as Matthew Walker, author of Why We Sleep, have extensively studied the importance of REM sleep for memory consolidation, emotional regulation, and creativity. The vantage point of mainstream neuroscience is that the vivid and often bizarre content of dreams is primarily shaped by complex cortical activity, which integrates memory fragments and emotional salience. Lucid dreaming research. Of particular interest are the findings about lucid dreaming, spearheaded by researchers such as Stephen LaBerge at the Lucidity Institute. LaBerge and his collaborators demonstrated, using EEG, electroencephalogram, and other methods, that dreamers can become aware that they are dreaming. In some cases, they can even communicate with researchers by performing agreed-upon eye movement signals during REM sleep, effectively proving that they are conscious within the dream. This scientific acknowledgement of lucid dreaming opens a conversation about the boundaries of consciousness. While mainstream science does not assert that lucid dreaming grants access to separate universes, the mere ability to become self-aware in a dream and exert deliberate control is enough to excite speculation about what the human mind might be capable of under carefully cultivated conditions. Sleep paralysis phenomenon. Another significant area of research concerns sleep paralysis, studied by figures like Brian A. Sharpless and others. Sleep paralysis occurs when the sleeper partially awakens during REM, yet the body remains in its naturally paralyzed state. Hallucinations, often terrifying, may occur, leading people to report everything from shadowy presences to creatures sitting on their chests. Culturally, these experiences have been interpreted in myriad ways, from demonic encounters to alien abductions. Contemporary science generally attributes these perceptions to the continued dream state hallucination intruding into waking consciousness. Still, the sense of encountering other entities or realms underscores how the boundary between dream and reality can feel profoundly blurred. Historical and spiritual context of the pineal gland. The pineal gland is a small pine cone-shaped organ located near the center of the brain. In the 17th century, the philosopher René Descartes called the pineal gland the seat of the soul, believing it to be a unique organ that was the interface between mind and body. While this specific notion has fallen out of favor in modern medicine, the pineal gland still enjoys a mythical status in spiritual and esoteric circles. Physiological role: melatonin production. Medically speaking, the pineal gland is best known for producing melatonin, a hormone crucial for regulating our sleep-wake cycle. This hormone helps modulate circadian rhythms, letting us know when it is time to feel sleepy and when to wake up. Essentially, it is an internal clock of sorts. The DMT hypothesis. The pineal gland's more mysterious reputation also stems from the hypothesis that it produces the psychedelic compound DMT, dimethyltryptamine, in substantial quantities under certain circumstances. This theory gained prominence largely due to the work of Dr. Rick Strassman, author of DMT, the Spirit Molecule. Strassman speculated that naturally occurring DMT might be released during extraordinary states such as birth, death, and possibly even deep sleep or near-death experiences. It is crucial to note that mainstream neuroscience has not definitively confirmed that large surges of DMT occur in the pineal gland during normal human sleep. There is evidence for trace amounts of DMT in the human body, but whether these amounts reach levels capable of inducing the intense experiences associated with a psychedelic state remains an open question. Despite this uncertainty, the possibility that the body might produce a powerful hallucinogenic substance in states of unconsciousness invites speculation about the true nature of dreams. Could dreams be partially shaped or deepened by surges in psychoactive compounds? Some researchers remain intrigued by this idea. Bridging science and mysticism. The reason the pineal gland and DMT feature so prominently in discussions about dream realities and higher planes is that both connect physiology and mysticism. If the pineal gland truly were capable of releasing significant DMT during sleep, it could provide a biochemical mechanism for explaining why dreams can feel so otherworldly. At the same time, cultural, religious, and mystical traditions have linked the pineal gland with spiritual insight for centuries. Thus, even the possibility that the scientific evidence might someday align with ancient spiritual beliefs is enough to fuel ongoing fascination. Lucid dreaming, a controlled exploration. Returning to lucid dreaming, the state of awareness and volition within a dream, offers a unique opportunity to explore whatever worlds the subconscious mind can conjure, though it may not literally transport the dreamer to a new universe. Many who experience lucid dreaming report entering bizarre or fantastic realms that feel no less real than waking life at the time of dreaming. During a lucid dream, the dreamer might experiment with self-initiated flight, telekinesis, or even conjuring entire new landscapes. For some, such experiences encourage them to consider that if consciousness can create fully immersive dream realities, perhaps it might also access hidden layers of existence. Others remain more grounded, seeing these experiences purely as the product of an active imagination, unbound by external sensory input. Out-of-body experiences and astral projection. Separate from scientific discourse, numerous spiritual and esoteric traditions discuss practices like astral projection or conscious out-of-body experiences. Practitioners typically report feeling that their consciousness leaves their physical body and travels in subtle planes or parallel realities. Though mainstream science generally explains these phenomena as hallucinatory or neurological illusions, the vividness of the accounts perpetuates a debate. Could it be possible that the dream or near-dream state does indeed allow the mind to operate in other dimensions? In certain esoteric schools, such as Rosicrucianism, Theosophy, or even the teachings of Waldo Vieira on conscientiological projection, the idea is that humans possess an energy body, or astral body, that can separate from the physical form when conditions are right. Critics label these experiences purely subjective, while proponents argue that they have had verifiable encounters or experiences during these states. Multiverse theories, physics meets metaphysics. Considering parallel realities brings us to the field of theoretical physics, where concepts like the multiverse suggest that countless universes might exist beyond our observable cosmos. Popularizers of science like Michio Kaku and Brian Greene have used approachable analogies to illustrate how extra dimensions or entire universes could theoretically exist within certain interpretations of quantum mechanics and string theory. While the notion of the dream state granting access to alternate universes is not a scientifically accepted conclusion, it remains a powerful image. The intriguing point is that some of the language in spiritual or esoteric traditions may sound loosely compatible with certain mind-boggling possibilities in theoretical physics. Yet for a physicist, the presence of a multiverse does not imply that dreamers can slip into these universes. Instead, it remains an exciting conceptual parallel. Multiple worlds might exist physically, while the dreaming mind creates its own elaborate internal realities. Whether these are in any sense the same is an open question that might never be satisfactorily answered through science alone. Speculative views and hidden knowledge. A recurring question, especially in popular media, is whether certain institutions, be they scientific, governmental, or otherwise, are intentionally keeping hidden discoveries about consciousness. The claim often goes that if humanity truly understood the power of the mind in dreams, it might destabilize conventional views of reality or pose challenges to power structures. While conspiracy theories abound, so far there is scant evidence that any major revelation regarding dreams or consciousness has been discovered, then deliberately suppressed. At the same time, legitimate research into altered states of consciousness, including work on psychedelics, has often been restricted or stigmatized. This can create an environment where certain lines of research are slow to advance due to cultural, legal, or political constraints. Whether or not one interprets this as they do not want you to know depends on one's perspective. Nonetheless, it is not unreasonable to say that the full potential of the human mind, and how it might manifest in states like dreaming, has yet to be fully charted. The true power of the mind. Even if we set aside the question of interdimensional travel, the documented capacity of the mind during dreams is already remarkable. Studies on memory consolidation show that key learning processes occur during sleep. Lucid dreamers demonstrate that consciousness can remain active and intentionally manipulate dream content. Spiritual traditions provide ample anecdotal accounts of extraordinary insight or healing acquired during the dream state. Simply comprehending that the sleeping mind can solve problems, rehearse emotional scenarios, and perform creative feats might be enough to inspire deeper respect for this nightly phase of our lives. Whether or not it connects to grander, hidden realities, the mind's potential remains a frontier worthy of exploration. Balancing skepticism and openness. It is important to maintain a balance between open-minded curiosity and critical thinking. The dream world can be a playground for speculation, but speculation should not be equated with proof. Scientific skepticism urges us to carefully evaluate claims about traveling to alternate universes in dreams or receiving messages from higher levels of existence. Advances in neuroimaging. Recent developments in neuroimaging, including advanced EEG technology, functional MRI, fMRI, and other methods, enable scientists to investigate the dreaming brain in increasingly precise detail. These tools may help us map which specific regions of the brain are active during certain dream experiences. Perhaps someday we will have a clearer picture of whether certain types of dream content or states of awareness correlate with distinct neurological signatures. Psychedelic research renaissance. Another area that could shed light on the nature of consciousness is the resurgence of interest in psychedelic research. Studies involving compounds like psilocybin, LSD, and yes, DMT, are beginning to unravel how these substances alter brain function and subjective experience. While the direct connection to dreaming remains speculative, a broader understanding of how the mind enters and navigates altered states might inform our theories about what happens in REM sleep and beyond. The ongoing dialogue between science and spirituality. Ultimately, the question of whether dreams grant us access to parallel realities or serve as expansions of purely internal psychological processes is unlikely to be resolved soon. It remains a potent intersection of science, spirituality, culture, and personal experience. Some people resonate strongly with the notion that we are more than our physical bodies, and that dreams permit a glimpse into transcendent realms. Others remain content interpreting dreams as fascinating but fully brain-generated illusions. In this space, a dialogue between the spiritual and scientific domains may be fruitful, as each can enrich the other. Scientific inquiry imposes the rigor needed to sift through anecdotal claims, while spiritual and esoteric traditions remind us that not everything of value can be easily quantified. Both angles can contribute to a more nuanced understanding of human consciousness. Closing reflections. Whether you lean toward scientific or spiritual interpretations, the nocturnal adventures of our minds point to the incredible complexity and power of human consciousness. Every night, we each embark on an intimate, often mysterious journey through mental landscapes shaped by memory, emotion, and perhaps, as some believe, hidden dimensions. Sleep and dreams hold a mirror up to our fears, desires, creativity, and intuition, revealing aspects of ourselves and our existence that we might overlook in our waking hours. In the end, perhaps the greatest secret is not a conspiratorial cover-up, but rather the simple truth that we rarely explore or appreciate the potential of our minds while we sleep. Modern life can be hectic. We often neglect the profound significance of rest, the function of the pineal gland, the potential for lucid dreaming, and the role that dreams play in integrating our experiences. By paying more attention to our dream life, recording dreams in a journal, experimenting with techniques for lucid dreaming, or reflecting on the deeper meanings of dream symbols, we might discover new insights into who we are and what reality, in all its layered complexity, truly signifies.